Hello, Mark Crossfield here. In my hands today, we're going to have a go with the R11 hitting up against the R11s. So the two R11 drivers, white heads, black faces, changeable, everything. R11s a little bit more changeable than the R11 and a bigger head. Let's give these two a hit. I've got TrackMan on. We're going to give you some figures off the two drivers, work out which one might suit your game. Here we go then, we're going to hit some shots with R11, R11s. We've got 440 head shape in R11, 460 in R11s, so in theory the bigger head should go maybe a little bit higher, spin a bit more. Much more changeable aspects to the R11s than you do get on the R11, so you can move this extra degrees, more lofted, less lofted, more left, more right than you can the R11. So in theory the R11 is a little bit more tuned, where the R11s is more broad to every standard of golfer, from tall players through to handicap golfers and beginners even, which is a clever design. Bottom of the R11s maybe a little bit more streamlined than the R11. You can definitely see the progression on from R11 to R11s. You see how they've refined and shaved some of the corners. It's the head size really. Let's see how big a difference it makes. So we've got R11. Let's give this one a hit. Let's see what figures TrackMan brings out for us. Putting it down by the ball looks neat. Definitely look, you can see the smaller head on this one. Okay, that's a decent hit. It'll be interesting to see the got spin rate and launch angle on these two.
Launch 13.0 degrees. Launch spin 3184 RPM.
Okay, 13-degree launch with 3,100 revs. That was a good hit. So that was a good test. So let's give this one another go. Again, not a bad hit at all. Slightly drifting to the right, but I'll take it.
Vertical launch 11.3 degrees. Launch spin 2923 RPM.
So launching around 3,000 revs. Launching the launch angle around 10-11 degrees as well. Let's give it one more go. Does look neat. I've got the blur stiff shaft in the R11, where actually in the R11s I've got the new Phenom stiff. Both of these are 9-degree, both set in the standard lofts and lies. Let's give this one more hit in the R11. So smaller head in theory should go that little bit lower. Cool, hit that one really nicely. I mean, it's a good driver. Both of these are good clubs. It really sends it out there.
Vertical launch 13.2 degrees. Launch spin 30 to 61 RPM.
Okay, so 13-degree launch, 3,200 revs off the face. So let's try the R11s, in theory the bigger head. Also tell you if I can feel any difference in the two stiff standard stock shafts as well. Here we go, definitely looks a little bit bigger down at the ball, which would help maybe people who want a bit more confidence inspiring kind of golf clubs. Okay, that's definitely higher. Drifting a little bit, but it's up there.
Vertical launch 13.6 degrees. Launch spin 3360 RPM.
So that's 13.6 with 3,300 revs, so it has slightly increased from the R11. It is slightly more spinny, that one, and a little high. Didn't hit that one as well though. Let's give it another hit. That was better. See, there's not much difference between that and the R11, to be honest.
Vertical launch 11.0 degrees. Launch spin 2850 RPM.
So you can see that as I've hit that one a bit better, I've actually got slightly better specs with that one. So I think the head size, apart from confidence inspiring, isn't really going to make a massive difference as long as you can hit to a certain level. So let's give it one more go. So again, that feels almost the same as R11.
Vertical launch 12.1 degrees.
Little bit more spin.
Launch spin 3588 RPM.
So 3,500 revs, 12-degree launch. So yes, it's fractionally higher for me, R11s. I could feel maybe in a windy day I would struggle to keep R11s down. I might have to really crank the loft to do that. Both of those clubs feel very, very similar. Can't really tell much difference between those shafts, to be honest. Lots of people give the R11 blur shaft a real hard time. You know, I think people like to just get stuck into shafts. Out of those two, Phenom and Blue, I can't feel much difference in performance. You can see a little bit more spin off the R11S, which is what you would come to expect. I think out of the two, I think R11S does look a little bit more refined. I like the R11 lineup line on the top with the logoing. I like the smoother base. That was always one of my concerns with R11, which I never liked that much, is how kind of cheap this base is going to look in such a small time with the white, and it's now gone to the black on the bottom. And also, it just didn't feel that smooth. It felt like it could get caught up in the ground, certainly if I wanted to ever hit a driver from the deck or something like that. So both drivers good. I think R11S much better for a wider range of players. I think if you're looking at these drivers, the only reason you would go R11 is simply if you just like smaller headed clubs. You are someone who likes the smaller headed drivers. For me, the 460, I mean, I like small headed drivers as a rule, but out of these two, I think I prefer R11S, to be honest. There we go, let's get the readings on that one. That one's spinning up in the air a bit more. Got that at the bottom, it spun up a bit more.
Vertical launch 11.5 degrees. Launch spin 39.08 RPM.
There we go. See, I hit that one slightly out the bottom of R11S, 3,900 revs. So, I mean, both of these drivers aren't for me. They're not my preferred driver. I think they're very good drivers, and I can see why lots of people out there would be using them. You've got to get out there and get custom fit to see which one suits you. R11S, though, guys, for the average golfer, R11S is going to be so much easier than R11. And that extra changeability on the head, if you're into that, might just help you keep the ball on the fairway. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope that helps a little bit. Little brief run there on R11, R11S. Post your comments. Which ones do you use and why? Let me know. And how have you got them set up? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.